What if being right could get you burned at the stake? Throughout history, humans have chosen comforting lies over uncomfortable truths. And guess what? We're still doing it. Welcome to the world of cognitive dissonance, where we'd rather cling on to our favorite lies than admit we're wrong. Buckle up, folks. We're diving headfirst into the dumpster fire of the human mind, and trust me, it's going to get hot. Step into 16th century Italy. At the time, the Catholic Church was the ultimate authority. They weren't just your Sunday hangout spot. They were your news, your school, and your law enforcement all wrapped into one holy burrito. And boy, did they have some opinions about how the universe worked. Spoiler alert, they thought God's green earth was the center of it all. Enter Giordano Bruno, our resident rebel with a cause. Let's hear what Neil deGrasse Tyson has to say about him.
There was a monk back just pre-Galileo, just a little pre-Galileo. His name is Giordano Bruno, who had just learned about Copernicus's work, that maybe the sun is in the middle of the known universe instead of Earth. Well, if Earth is just one of the planets, and Earth has life, maybe other planets have life. Think about it. Once you realize that Earth is one of many, it opens up a whole world of questioning. And he said, well, if that's the case, then, and if all these lights in the night sky are suns just like our sun, then maybe they all have planets. Then maybe the whole universe is teeming with life.
Bingo. Talk about being ahead of your time. Bruno nailed it 400 years ago, and he didn't even have a telescope to peek through. So, what fate awaited our visionary Bruno? Was he revered by his community? Perhaps he won the medieval equivalent of the Nobel Prize? Not quite. Remember that all-powerful Catholic Church we talked about? They weren't exactly handing out gold stars for free thinkers. Poor Bruno got arrested, spent 7 years in the slammer, and was told to take back his crazy talk or die. Bruno was like,
"Nah, I'm good. Do your worst."
And so, in the year 1600, Bruno was led to Campo de Fiori in Rome, stripped naked, tied to a stake, and burned alive. Except Jon Snow didn't swoop in with his emo hair that time. No mercy kill for our Bruno. Yes, the church may have lit the barbecue, but let's be real. If we were there, decked out in our finest 16th century threads, most of us probably wouldn't be rushing to join the Save Bruno fan club. Picture it. There you are, munching on your medieval snacks, watching the local weirdo get his comeuppance. You might be that guy in the front row shouting,
"Extra crispy!"
Or maybe you're that person in the back thinking,
"Gee, is that the time? I should really go milk that cow."
but what if Bruno's greatest heresy wasn't his challenge to the church, but his unmasking of our own hidden nature? Let's confront the uncomfortable truth about ourselves. We humans love a good story, even if it's completely made up, especially when it helps us make sense of a world we don't understand. From the moment we're born, we're force-fed a buffet of beliefs. We gobble these up like they're gospel truth, building our lives around them as if they're the load-bearing walls of our personal identities. We create entire cultures and traditions around these ideas, passing them down like cherished family recipes. Except instead of grandma's cookies, it's a heaping helping of societal expectations with a side of existential crisis. But do we ever stop and question these beliefs? Well, for most of us, it's as rare as a comet sighting. Scrutinizing our deeply held beliefs is like trying to exit a maze we've lived in all our lives. Most of us need an external shock to even realize we're in a maze at all. You see, when facts and evidence come knocking, ready to rumble with our beliefs, we don't just lose our minds, we go full toddler tantrum mode. Why? Because truth isn't just inconvenient. It's like getting a surprise colonoscopy for your brain. It pokes and prods at our identity, our purpose, and our entire worldview until we're left feeling as exposed as a nudist on laundry day. Truth is that friend who tells you that yes, those jeans do make your butt look big, and maybe lay off the pizza. Meanwhile, our beliefs are like that enabler friend who encourages us to order the extra large with extra cheese because you deserve it. Guess which one we're inviting to movie night? Plus, we all want to belong. We want to believe what our families and friends believe. Nobody wants to be that one weirdo who thinks differently and gets kicked out of the club. So, our fear of pain and our deep desire to belong make us cling to those sweet, sweet lies like a toddler with a lollipop. And if we don't face these fears head on, our capacity for self-delusion becomes limitless. We'll swallow any comforting falsehood, hook, line, and sinker, just to avoid the discomfort of admitting we might need to update our mental software. Maybe that's the kicker. We're all brainwashed about something. The facts we'd bet our lives on today? Future generations will probably use them as punchlines at their augmented reality comedy clubs. We're all wrong sometimes, and that's okay. By leaving room for doubt, we open ourselves to growth, learning, and becoming more than we are today. This willingness to question is what makes us capable of transformation. And that is a beautiful thing. Thanks for watching.